The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They'll set up to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down. A nice job of bringing that in, but why was he so close to the sideline there? They had all kinds of room in the flat.
A little bit of a lack of coordination between him and the quarterback, because both of them should have seen that room that was available, that space. Stop your route a little bit shorter, put it on him, and let him turn and get upfield.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
Here's McCoy. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well, look now at our starting defense. They're squarely in the middle of the pack against the run this year, number 16 in the NFL.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A very solid gain of 27. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 71 yards.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL. Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On third down, it's Hall. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Yeah, now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. That's Pope. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The 15 yards through the air and a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
They'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. In for the score. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there as the season winds down and you look at them in totality. You know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Over the middle, complete. It's Mills. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now Bell. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who's that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And now back out comes the offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Looking to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38.
They'll set up a throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And here now the offense heading back out there. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now let's go. 3-19.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on him.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll try and start this drive in the air toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Off play action. McCoy. He's going to loft one. Deep left. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
And they'll run it here. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
They'll look to throw here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Under pressure, and it's blocked.
And that's truly the way to change field position, isn't it? Block the punt and then take over inside the 5-yard line. What a tremendous job by them. You change momentum, you change field position, and give yourself a chance to score.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 20, 10, and all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On first down, McCoy. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Off the play fake. McCoy. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Mills. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. And what a big-time play there. 42 yards. Now a first down carry by Bell. He will push his way down to about the 14. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, McCoy. And it's caught. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Now for the point after. And that score and the point after will knock this ball game up.
And when you're playing from behind, all you want to do is get back to even and, in a sense, start over again. That's exactly what they were able to accomplish.
Extra point right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you worked on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And touchdown! A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys are going to take the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 1st and 10, McCoy. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. Earlier in the quarter, when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Let's go. Green 30.
Operating from the gun. McCoy swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
This will be fielded at the 17. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They ended up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show mom that he gets to play in the game.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Let's go. 319. 319.
Throwing on 1st down. McCoy over the middle, complete. That's Gray. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now McCoy, and this is going to be incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun on 3rd down, McCoy. And right side, Henry's got it. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
This is Bell, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Off play action. McCoy. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So possession goes over here on the punt. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Come on, let's go. White 90.
On 3rd down, it's Hall. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
Holding offense.
So they'll walk him back half the distance.
Set. Blue landed.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line.
Holding offense.
So that's going to push him back half the distance. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. Able to break the tackle, but then quickly brought down just outside of the 5. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Let's go.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Here's Freeman. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Yeah, he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Back to throw. McCoy. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, and interceptions, or maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Come on, let's go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
Let's go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going for the deep ball. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10.
Brad 38.
He'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Pope. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a first down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Let's go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
Back to throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. sack back at about the 43-yard line. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go! Brad 38!
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Let's go!
On 3rd down, he'll drop the throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Hurry up, here we go! Green 39!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, complete. That's Spencer. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he has landed on hard. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McCoy. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
Green, 39.
From the gun, McCoy. And he will take it in for the touchdown. In for the score. And his guys have made this a one-score game now.
Trying to make a comeback often appears daunting, but the only way to get there, start small, score, and worry about getting the next one after that.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pope. Well, with that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want.
Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll look to throw. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. And his kick here is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Now, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, McCoy got his man complete over the middle. That's Mills. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. On 3rd down, that's Freeman. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And on now is the punter, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he fields it cleanly. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just
pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. McCoy firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go. Green, 39.
They'll go for it with Bell. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Anthony Lynn went for it but did not get it. And as a result, possession switches hands.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created a push.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And they'll send out their punter now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And this is going to go the other way. The defense has it. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Come on, let's go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
It doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They're going to look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Pass interference. Defense.
And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the night. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. They'll drop the throw. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
On first down, McCoy got a man on the right sideline. That's Spencer. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. On first and 10, McCoy over the middle, complete. It's Mills, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Bartney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, we're going to sell the go. Just go, and let's see who's faster.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a first and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here we go.
They go play action here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Spencer. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Holding. Offense.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Blue lining.
To throw on second down, McCoy. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here comes the flags.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
From the gun, McCoy. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. Looking to throw on second down. McCoy. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Here's McCoy. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it with Bell. Bust through the tackle. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Let's go. 1, 9.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. So they bring out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. Throwing on 1st down, McCoy. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. And the spike comes now with just under 40 ticks left. To throw on 2nd down, McCoy. He goes underneath to Freeman. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And it's complete. Henry. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. And he'll stop it with a spike here with 7 seconds left on the clock. And it's incomplete. So now only 7 seconds remain. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, McCoy. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up fourth.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.